Hi, beautiful people out there. Just wanted to do a little collective energy, see what's going on in the collective, and just bring my awareness to what's going on in the world because it's heavy energy, and I'm sure that everyone feels it at this point. And empaths especially are just on this journey of releasing and transmuting, and right now feels like a pretty important time to get on for me and just talk about what's going on, just spiritually, emotionally, as a single mom. I just feel like we're in this space where it's hard to gain community. That's really what I've been talking about, looking for. There you go. Thank you, Spirit. Community is so big right now for me, for I'm sure the collective I'm speaking on. It's like the people that are resonating with these videos, these channels. It's like people that are just channeling what's going on, light workers, star seeds, and people that are just super empathic are having a really hard time because we just want to be out of this isolation energy. For me, it's like after the healing I've done and being single now for a few years, as I'm going through my process of just finding out who I am after being married for so long, I am noticing that I know I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be in my house at night by myself. And the more I'm dating, the more I'm noticing things that I want to change about myself. And then I go back into the hermit mode. So community can be very important right now for anyone who's watching. And I feel like right now is a time where we really have to appreciate each other and hold space for each other. I'm also getting a lot of having these times where we're just super hard on ourselves, I was also with my kids last week, and I'm just noticing again where I'm feeling into the places where I'm controlling things again, dynamics and my old stories that are coming up, old belief systems where I'm I let this go already. I've surrendered to this and transmuted this energy, and why am I still trying to control the narrative when I know it's already been done? This is just the 3D part, of us coming to, just things coming back around to let them go again and to notice, the work we've done on ourselves. Let's see what else wants to come out. A community right now. It's I don't want to be alone anymore. Please, God, send me someone. But at the same time, I'm trying, I'm not trying. I am filling my own cup and feeling wonderful at the same time. But it's hard, Delight. Look at everything's coming out of their eyes and out of the third eye. And so it's seeing things for the first time. I feel the third eye is super open right now, and it's putting us in I don't want to say us, but putting me in a place of having to be patient again, and this being a born again energy, stillness, but then the fire aspects, is super fiery. So it makes you want to just kind of go fast and go back into the things that you're used to, go back into the past, go back into what made you feel comfortable in the past, but we know that that's not really beneficial, you know? At least I know that. When I say we, I'm just talking as a collective unit. Going back into the past is not where we're supposed to go. We're moving forward. This is a whole new energy. We're in a new cycle. And I think it's kind of, for me, it's like still a little wobbly, you know? Finding out. Getting rid of the distractions is what I'm hearing. Balance. Balancing things out right now. Balancing the light and the dark, integrating that. So I've gotten earth, fire, and wind. Earth being community. So I feel like that's the strongest energy right now. It's just like balancing out the other things so you can be more involved in community and find things that really, you know, bring you joy. Because to be in the frequency of joy and gratitude is what is that abundant feeling, you know, it just keeps you in that vibration of abundance, love, a deep knowing, deep faith. But right now it's seeing things in the 3D. It's like, wow, it's hard to get back to that faith all the time. You have to really have that self-awareness. Mother creativity, which is, you know, as a mother, a divorced mother, but I'm also, you know, once a week, I'm like fully on. And I love all the stars in this card. I never noticed it, like the stars and the sun. It's like the perception of a mother is everything. It's like we forget about ourselves too a lot. And we want to just make sure we're not putting our own kids or child through what we went through. We don't want them to deal with that. But that's where I think we're wrong, you know, like that control aspect. It's like, no, they have their own path. You can only love them and do the best you can. And right now it's like at a time when things are super, there's so much confusion and so much breaking down of the old that being a mother is so hard right now in this time. Even if sit and pause and think about that. I mean, the mother wound might be coming up, you know, even connecting with your own mother. I know there's a new moon or like a full moon coming on Sunday. And that should be, you know, is bringing a new energy. And ace realization. It's like kind of like the Ace of Pentacles, or ace, actually maybe Ace of Swords. Like you're realizing a lot right now, just having a lot of clarity I'm getting right now, feeling of the more you're distracting yourself, the less clear you are, which makes sense, right? So ADHD can be really super high up there. I know that I have that, and I'm like not super like on that spectrum of that. But I know that caffeine and being without my kids right now is like this contrast of like really needing to balance my emotions, because otherwise I'm like super in my head and I'm just scattered. And I'm gonna go into this other deck that Spirit is asking me to go into. So balance and clarity is really important right now. Spirit, what else do the collective needs to know? What's going on? What can I tell them to help them bring new energy? Third chakra, the Archangel Chamuel. So third chakra is all about creativity, self-esteem, solar plexus. Yeah, it's a time to just release what's not serving you so you can then step into that more confident, more self-assured time. I think right now for me, I'm feeling like I want to make more friends and date more, but at the same time, I don't have the energy for that. So I'm like, okay, I have to be okay with being on my own because those things are outside of me, you know, wanting this and wanting that, but it's like I'm coming back to like having to, you know, find what makes me at peace and what makes me balanced. You know, you can't find that in someone else. Someone can't fulfill that for you. So yeah, call on Archangel Chamuel right now, maybe for guidance. A lot of solar plexus activity. Blessed. 22, which is like a number of balance. Yeah, being in an energy of feeling blessed, gratitude, attitude of gratitude. I think a lot of this scattered energy, when I'm feeling that way, I know that feeling like, what am I upset about, you know? Like, I have everything I need. Even if it's like you have enough money to buy dinner and you have a really nice bed, or you know, you're just like going through certain like motions during the day that are a little, feels like depressive almost. For me today was like this the few days have been kind of like slogging, like, oh, how am I going to get out of this dirt, this mud, this guck? But it's really like changing your perspective, you know, having this blessed and a vibration of being grateful puts everything in a different perspective, because then you're like, I have a car, I have money to get on a bus, I have, you know, don't go online. You know, don't compare yourself to other people right now. This is like not the time to do that, because you don't know what that other person is going through. You don't know even what their home life is like, their journey in general. Like, it's so hard to look online and think like, this is, I'm not, you know, living the best life I could be living right now. But in reality, you don't know anyone else's life. Like, you only know your own. So I'm gonna pick this card because, yeah, Spirit just had this out for me, and this is another Archangel card, which is Ariel, and that's the second chakra. So I'm feeling that heavily. So second and third chakra are super prominent right now in just giving yourself grace, allowing yourself to be in the energy of stillness, which is not easy. You know, maybe reading a book, giving yourself time to go in nature. That always seems to completely shift my energy. You know, exercise. But again, it's, you know, a mindset, that blessed mindset, you know, having this perspective on just praying and like maybe just really truly feeling into the emotions of what you're going through, like allowing yourself to feel deeply right now. Sexual energy is coming up, solar plexus, so it's a lot of like, you know, allowing that balance, coming back to yourself. I mean, I'm talking to really powerful people, and if this is resonating with you, then you know that maybe you're going through right now some sort of feeling of really looking at your body and starting to love your body more than you ever did, because to do that is the most important, I think, aspect of loving yourself. You know, there's so many things that we judge about we're our own worst critic. And it took me a while to love the things about my body that I thought were ugly, you know, or compared to other people you see online, or just in general. Like, it's like we're all here for the same reason, you know, it's just to like experience this life. And then we're worried so much about things that are God-given to us and that we're supposed to appreciate, but at the same time we compare it to someone else, and we're then insecure that we don't have like a beautiful this or that, you know, body-wise. And that's okay. I mean, it's just what's in our society, but just know that it's so much deeper, you know. And in the 5D, it's not about the way you look, really. It's about the way you feel. And if you don't feel those ways about you, you're going to attract those things back to you, and you're going to have to then, you know, go through it again until you learn to integrate. Especially, I think, body. The way we see our bodies, you know, if you're confident with your body, other people feel that. And if you're not, they feel that too. Never ending story. Well, look, it's like 36, 37. These are from 2 different decks. So 36, 37, and 37, so 10. So, you know, this is like getting to the end of a cycle. It's a never-ending story, like what we're going through right now. It's like, when is this going to be over? But I see a lot of wings. I mean, talk about wings. From different decks. These are angels I'm talking to. Let's see what the last card is. A leg up. Spirit's giving us a leg up right now. So it's shift your perspective, because right now it seems like the devil, if I like take out tarot, like the devil will come out, because there's some energy that is just wanting us to just fall back into old patterns and, you know, old systems. And that's all going down. Like, right now we're in that middle of where everything is just crashing. And I don't think we truly want to believe it, but it's like, it's happening. This is like, it's happening. Have the faith. Know that. I'm going to look into these love oracle cards, because a lot of people are looking for love right now, want to hear about love. I know that if you don't, you don't, but it's still coming. I'm feeling that, you know, maybe even when you least expect it, right? That's where like the goods are. Relationship patterns. So maybe people that are in relationships are starting to notice it takes strength to recognize the need for change, you know? There's a lot of things coming to fruition right now, and a lot of things that are looking to change. Relationships in general. Doesn't have to just be marriage or love. It could be relationships in all different ways, your family, friends. But I really feel like that's coming up right now a lot. It's like, who are my real friends? Who can I really trust, you know? And then another card that came out was focus on love. Look for the good in everyone. These cards are so pretty. And it's with the dragon. 24 and 12. So that's interesting. 12 and 12 is 24. So relationship patterns and focus on love. So it's like focus on your relationship patterns in love, maybe. Like focus on what your patterns are. And if those patterns are not bringing you joy, then it's time that you make a change, you know? No one else can do that except for you. There's one more card that wanted to come out. And the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. So let's try to remember that. Because right now is really hard, not hard, but just a lot of dense energy. I love these colors right here. This tree, it's like the tree of life. It's like we don't see what's happening behind the scenes. We only can feel sometimes like things are moving really fast, or right now they can be stagnant. But I'm really sensing that so much is going on behind the scenes. And the more distracted you are, you're getting into that kind of scattered energy. That scattered energy is just super not helpful. I've been pulling myself back from that. For a while, my journal just sat there and I would just write certain things, you know, things that came up, but I wasn't actually like writing down things like flow state, because I was super tired. But now I'm like back into this emotional release where I'm feeling like I know that all this energy is like be brought on from other people and like the collective, and I know that we are working so hard and really getting to this place where every time that we're listening to God and like feeling the nudges and taking the action is really a ripple effect. And 21:55 when I was just looking up, and I can't believe I've been talking for 21 minutes. But I've been guided to just come on and do this, and I have been really letting my spirit guides and like me down, because my throat has been like fully on lockdown. Like I've been talking enough, I've been working. I'm like, I don't need to be doing this too. Come on, spirit, like, come on. But today was just like, no, I'm not going to just say no, you know, just for the sake of it, because I know deep down, talking for me is like breathing. Like I know that this is super important to talk about what I'm going through, or to talk about what everyone's going through. If you hold it in, it's just, you feel even more off of alignment. You know, you're out of alignment. You don't feel like you're actually walking that path if you're going against the things you should be doing in your head. And then, so I knew today was just like, it just came, and I'm grateful for you too. Anyone who's watching this, thank you. And I hope that you can express yourself too. Self-expression. We are given this ability for so many reasons. And when we don't trust in the universe, and we don't trust that what we have to say is important, then it really blocks us from all of our blessings. And when you can just openly be yourself, like, what better feeling is that? So, as much as this is giving me anxiety doing this, and like just, you know, allowing myself to be authentically myself, I know it's helping the collective, and also just the guidance, the faith I have in this new earth, and it's here, right? The Wheel of Fortune. The more we step into our power, the more sovereign we feel. The essence of the Wheel of Fortune is what we're stepping into. We step into our power knowing that we will never give our power away again. There's no going back. And I love that, because it's the truth. Confusion on the bottom of the deck. We're confused. There's so much confusion in the world. How can we not feel it? Conflict. Cleansing. Gotta cleanse your energy. One more. Nurture. Nurturance. This is time, you know, plant those seeds. You're the magician. This is the time. Put out all of the feelings that you want to feel. Know whatever you want right now, just step into that, embody that energy. Know it, and it's done, you know? Don't hold on too tight, let go, and love you. Don't be as hard as on yourself as I have been on mine, because even doing this right now was like super hard. But now that I did it, I feel like, wow, it wasn't that hard, you know? Take that step. You got this.